I'm just free. I don't have worries, and I was starting to have rather heavy worries.
It really helped out because we got the new automobile, so it really made sense to us.
And we've raised our children here, and glad I don't have to leave.
I enjoy life, and I can get along perfectly fine if I had to, but I don't want to have to.
You are drawing against the equity in your home. So it's like your home is paying you back.
These seniors and thousands of others are already taking advantage of an exciting opportunity to tap into the value they have in their homes, a reverse mortgage. By requesting this video, you've already taken the first step in deciding whether a reverse mortgage is right for you. Over the next few minutes, we'll explain exactly what a reverse mortgage is, clear up common misconceptions, run through the loan application process, and show you how reverse mortgages have changed the lives of people like you. By the end of the video, you should have a good understanding of reverse mortgages and a good idea about whether you'd like to take the next step. Let's start with a definition. What exactly is a reverse mortgage? Simply put, a reverse mortgage is a loan that lets you tap into the equity of your home without making monthly mortgage payments and without the risk of losing your home, and there is no income qualification.
A reverse mortgage it's a liquidity tool that gives a borrower the ability to tap into the equity that they have accrued over the years. Right now, they're literally sitting in their house on top of this pile of money that they have been paying into all these years, and now with a reverse mortgage, they have the ability to take it out. They can take it out in monthly income, they can take it out in a lump sum, they can take it out and put it in a line of credit that's just waiting for them, or they can take it out in any combination of those things.
The loan is not due until you no longer occupy the home as a principal residence. When you sell, move, or die, you or your heirs repay the principal and the interest accrued, using either the proceeds from the sale of the home or by refinancing. People consider reverse mortgages for all kinds of reasons, from paying for things they need to paying for things they've always wanted.
You might want to consider a reverse mortgage when you have experienced losing a spouse, having your income cut in half, having your homeowners association double since the time you had moved in, your Social Security has not kept up with that, your medications have cost you way more than you ever thought. There are a multitude of reasons why people would consider it, if nothing else, to even help other family members, whether it be assisting them in a purchase of a home or grandchildren with college educations. It just runs the gamut.
A reverse mortgage might not be right for everyone, but when it is, it can have a huge impact on your financial situation and how you enjoy your life. Now let's meet some people who've taken advantage of this exciting opportunity. Bill and Maggie Fletcher enjoy a comfortable life together, but when they needed a new car, they didn't want to deplete their savings. They decided to investigate reverse mortgages.
We didn't want to tap into our portfolio to buy a new automobile, but we needed one badly. We have worked hard, both Maggie and I, to accumulate enough money to buy a home. Of course, our major concern is that we don't want to have anything to jeopardize our situation with our home that is paid for. And so my initial reaction was that, well, are we going to get involved with another mortgage and so much money a month and put another hardship on us that at this particular time we don't want. Maggie and I really sat down and looked over the whole thing, and we definitely decided that this is where we're going to stay for the rest of our lives, as long as we can, health-wise, we can handle it, and decided it was the best way to go.
Today, the Fletchers live a happy, active life, enjoying their new car and their newfound freedom from financial worries. And they're not the only ones who are satisfied with the reverse mortgage.
Well, my children are exactly the same as Maggie's. That they said, "Go for it, Dad. You know, live it up. Do whatever you want to." They were all for it.
The Fletchers, like many people who are investigating reverse mortgages for the first time, started with some misconceptions. Let's address some of the most common concerns so you can be armed with the accurate information you need to make an educated decision. The one we hear most often is, can I lose my house?
When I meet with clients, the number one concern is, oh, that's where you give your home to the bank. I don't want that. That is the number one misconception. You don't give your home to the bank. We don't want your home. We just want to help you unlock that equity and use it today. So we walk them through the process and explain that they stay untitled, they own their home. They're still responsible for their taxes and insurance because they own it. It's theirs. They get to keep it. They're only opening the door, unlocking this money, and using it.
Many homeowners are also concerned about having to make monthly payments on the reverse mortgage. The truth is that you don't make monthly mortgage payments with a reverse mortgage. Instead, the entire balance is paid with interest once you permanently leave your home.
Not making that monthly payment just made all the difference in the world.
All I do now is I must pay my property taxes and I must pay insurance on the house and see that the house is kept in good condition, which is me. I do that anyway. And so it's a great relief.
Many people are worried about somehow winding up owing more than their home is worth. The truth is that there is no such risk to you as the borrower.
People sometimes are concerned that what happens if the amount of the loan becomes greater than the value of their property when it's time to sell. And the protection that's built into the program is that you can never owe more than your home is worth.
Confusion also exists about how you may use the funds you receive from a reverse mortgage. The truth is that you can use the money for just about anything.
It's interesting that everyone's needs are a little bit different, and yet in a way they're all the same. There are hardship cases where people definitely have things that have been neglected, or they can't pay for their medications, or they're having a tough time making it. But there's just as many, in my experience, who enjoy a quality life and want to enjoy even higher quality life. They want to travel more. They want to be able to give gifts to their children and their grandchildren while they're alive and not wait for those things to be passed on financially when they've died. So the uses of the funds vary all over the map. It's certainly cost of living, it's travel, it's medical costs, it's fixing up the car.
I've had people that have bought motorhomes and started traveling, and we have one client actually that 84 years old and bought a Harley Davidson and took off. So you can just about do anything you want, and they're all happy endings.
Finally, many seniors are concerned about whether they'll have to pay taxes on the proceeds of a reverse mortgage and whether the loan will affect their Social Security or Medicare benefits. The answer to both questions is no, because the money you get from a reverse mortgage is not considered income. Once you understand what a reverse mortgage is and decide to take the next step, the process is simple.
The first thing we have to do is thoroughly discuss a reverse mortgage and make sure that it's the right program for you. And we spend a good 2 hours in your home talking about the pros and cons, how it works, and so forth. After that, there are 3 basic requirements. One is that you receive independent counseling from a certified HUD counselor. And that's a protection device that the government built into the program to make sure that you have had all your questions answered and that there's been no confusion in the process. The second thing then is that we arrange for an appraisal, and that determines the value of your home and also is designed to tell us whether or not there are some requirements of repair and so forth to meet FHA guidelines. The third thing is a termite report in most cases, and that's to make sure that there's integrity in the home and that there's no extensive termite or dry rot damage. After those reports come in, then we do go through all the normal processing procedures that you might find in any mortgage.
The final step is the closing, where you can choose to receive a lump sum or start getting a monthly payment or access to a line of credit. Then it's up to you. Pay bills, fix up the house, help a family member, or use the money to enjoy your life. Now that you've learned about reverse mortgages and we've cleared up some common misconceptions, you can start answering the most important question of all. Is a reverse mortgage right for you? Here are some guidelines. If you're 62 or older, have equity in your house, and want to stay in your home or condo for the foreseeable future, a reverse mortgage can be a wonderful way to achieve financial freedom.
I explain to people who are interested in a reverse mortgage that when it comes down to the decision making, there's really only two questions that are important. The first question is, do you want to stay and live the rest of your life in the home that you are in and that you've come to love and maybe you've raised your children in, or you've built an active community involvement around? The second question is, if you had access to additional money, would you be able to improve your lifestyle or provide yourself with some peace of mind? If you can answer yes to both of those questions, then a reverse mortgage might be a good thing for you to consider.
Keep in mind that the answer might be no. In fact, if you don't plan to stay in your home, or if you have other financial assets, you might be better off considering another option.
First and foremost, we're educating every borrower on exactly what this is, what it can do. We look at what their personal situation is and create a process by which this could facilitate what their goal is. But more than anything, we want to make sure it's right for them.
So do your homework. Give it some thought. Consult a relative or a financial advisor.
When it's right, it's wonderful. It really is a godsend for a lot of people.
Just an ideal situation for myself. It's changed my life. It's freed me of worries. I don't feel like I'm 90 years old.
It's wonderful to have our home, have our children visit us, know that we have the financial freedom to take a trip if we want to, or just enjoy our lives here.